Hello everyone, I'm a Chinese living in Singapore now. Before moving here, I spent more than 30 years living in China. So recently, some of my friends and colleagues have been asking me about China's newly announced K visa. So I thought I'd make this video to explain what it's all about based on my own experience and understanding of how things work in China. So, what exactly is the K visa? The K visa is often seen as China's version of the H-1B visa, a new policy aimed at attracting young science and technology talents to China. The interesting part is you don't need employers' sponsorship, unlike H-1B visa in the United States. As long as you have a bachelor's degree or higher in STEM fields, so that is to say science, technology, engineering, or math, so you can apply to work in China under this visa. And why is it attracting attention? Well, with the US tightening its H-1B policies, some people are starting to see the opportunities in China's major cities, where salaries in tech and finance are becoming more competitive. Should you consider applying for a K visa? Here are 5 things you need to think about. First, we need to ask, how serious is this Chinese government about this policy? In the past decade, China has often taken the opposite stance from the US on international issues. So let's say when the US restricted H-1B visas, China quickly rolled out the K visa. When the US withdrew from Afghanistan, China hosted the Taliban even. When the US supported Ukraine, China quietly leaned towards Russia. So this K visa might just be another example of China doing the opposite of the US, rather than a genuine plan to attract foreign talent. And honestly, a lot of details are still unclear. Who qualifies, how applications will be reviewed, and what jobs are actually available. Not clear now. It's possible that this policy was rushed out to meet the top-down political pressure, rather than carefully designed for the long term. Let's talk about money now. So here is a chart showing average annual salaries in Shanghai, one of China's biggest and most developed cities, based on 2024 data. So the IT industry averages around 123,000 RMB per year, roughly 17,300 US dollar. Average annual expenses about 27,000 RMB or 3,800 US dollar. So leaving a net income of around 96,000 RMB or 13,500 US dollar. If you work for a top tech company like ByteDance, Tencent, or Alibaba, your total package could be 3 times higher with stock options or bonuses. Considering China's relatively low cost of living, people in IT and finance domain can live quite comfortably. But again, this applies mostly on high-paying industries. Let's talk about, can you work in China without speaking Chinese? In one sentence, it's really hard, from my understanding. China's English education system is somehow exam-oriented, so which means most people can read and write some English, but struggle to speak or understand it in daily situations and also in your working environment as well. According to the official IELTS data from 2023 to 2024, the average IELTS academic score in mainland China is 5.9, compared to 6.7 in Hong Kong and 7.1 in Malaysia. So if you don't speak Chinese, you'll likely find it very difficult to work and live in China, especially in local companies or smaller cities. Then how about the work-life balance in China? So my friend, have you heard of 996? So that means working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days per week. Over 60 hours every week. And yes, that's real. Many Chinese tech companies actually expect employees to follow this schedule. Someone may say, well, that's the price you have to pay for a high salary. But the question is, are you willing to pay that price? So next question is the life convenience for foreigners in China. Actually, there are still some inconveniences for foreigners, even though things are getting improved in the past years. For instance, some tourist spots or restricted areas may still require a Chinese ID, which means the Chinese IC card, making it harder to enter with just a passport or working visa like K visa. When it comes to the payments, China is mostly entirely cashless. So people pay for everything by scanning QR codes with Alipay or WeChat Pay. If you prefer cash or credit card, good luck. Technically, it's still a note, but many shops owners will look at you like, wait, who is still using cash? In Chinese, hey 哥们儿，谁还在用现金呢？ Yeah, and yes, Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, all those kinds of Western applications are blocked in mainland China. So if you want access to these services, you will need a VPN, which can be a bit of a trouble. So who should actually consider the K visa? In my opinion, this visa only makes sense if 3 conditions are met. First, you work in a high-paying field like IT or finance. If your income isn't that strong, it's probably not worth dealing with the stress and the long working hours. Second, you have a good command of Chinese. You speak a very fluent Chinese. It makes daily life and work so much easier in China. Third, you don't mind using a VPN to access Google and other Western applications and services. Some friends also asked about children's education in China. So if your income is good, international schools there in China are actually pretty nice, offering IB, A-level or SAT programs that align with Western education systems. Interestingly, inside China, the K visa has faced an unexpected backlash. With the economy slowing and unemployment still high, many locals are upset that the government is bringing foreign talent while the domestic jobs remain scarce. So even if the government clarifies all the rules about this K visa, I believe it will still be very difficult for foreigners to find meaningful work through this program, simply because there aren't enough opportunities available right now in China. Please subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.